Capital One Shopping. You can get awesome promo codes on iPhones and AirPods and Macs.
People with ADHD save 10 hours studying with this Chrome extension. But no, by all means.
This is a test for Monday.com's new product, Monday Work Docs. Test number 1.
Everybody, make sure you got your milk and cookies out for Tim, my dad, tonight. He's real hungry. He's got a lot to talk about, and he's going to visit everybody's houses that is going to watch the event. So just a quick reminder, I know a lot of people forget, but that is tradition. Hey, what's up, guys? Sam here. We're less than 12 hours away, probably even sooner from when you're watching this, from Apple's September 14th iPhone 13 event. So as always, there have been some last minute leaks that I want to talk about, including a product I did not think we would see here that is apparently coming, some new color hints for the new iPhones, lots of good stuff here. So let's go ahead and get started. One sec though, I gotta put my milk away. One sec, I'll be back, don't worry. So what are you waiting for? If you're excited for today's video, drop a like down below. Everybody, make sure you got your milk and cookies out for Tim. Alright guys, first up, we have a leaked photo of the Apple Jetpack. Now this is a product that has been rumored for probably 10 to 15 years now. It seems like they finally got the hydro fire mechanics working. It actually runs off of Yeah, I guess when they're collecting data for Apple Maps, when they say walk around, they literally mean walk around. It's a person with this contraption on their back, and it also looks like they have a little top hat on. So yeah, I just thought this would be fun to share. Not related, but funny. All right, first up, let's jump into these new images. These were shared on Twitter by somebody who I don't really find credible, so I don't even want to mention them by name. But these do actually look real, and whether that person has a good track record or not, I do believe in the authenticity of these new images. We've got loads of new color options for the iPhone. I believe that green is new. I definitely think that orange is something we've never seen. You can also see like a tweaked lip for the new camera bumps that are getting bigger, and most importantly, we do see pink here. That's right, a pink iPhone case. Now, why would Apple be introducing that on launch and not in a different collection unless the iPhone was going to be pink, which we've talked about extensively, that there are some decent rumors that the iPhone 13 and 13 mini will come in pink. Let me know down below what color iPhone 13 you guys think you're gonna get. But something even more convincing than this raw photo is what appears to be something from an Apple Store type page or a credible website where it actually shows you the lineup like this. And here again, you can see the same colors: green, black, dark blue, light blue. Then you got the orange, pink, reddish, and then a light pink. And I believe we've seen that light pink and maybe that color blue before, but there are a few new options here. Now, there's also some things that have been shown that appear to be leather cases, potentially. Well, the first were made of silicone. Apple is preparing a nice collection of leather cases right here in similar colors but ever so slightly different, and obviously leather will wear, so I don't think this really hints to a lot except maybe the bronze color coming to the Pros and potentially the sunset gold. And while this could be the same case from last year, it does look a little bit different, so perhaps this is hinting at that new color for the Pros. See, but Apple makes the leather and silicone cases in new colors every year to match the new iPhones, but then there's this random post from Weibo that we see that just brings back nostalgia in a way I just wasn't ready for tonight. I'm tired, I'm falling asleep here, and now I'm wide awake. Does this not look exactly like the original iPhone with the two-tone silver and black plastic design? I mean, it's almost an exact homage to that. And you've got silver, black, purple, green, again, a pink right here, and a dark green. I mean, the colors are very similar to the first collection. The thing is, these don't show the MagSafe ring on here, and I think these might just be from a third party, sort of framed as an Apple case, because third parties a lot of time don't put the MagSafe ring. Here, let me show you what I'm talking about exactly. I actually have one. This is the part of the case that just isn't shown, and this is the part that makes MagSafe work properly. And if it's an official Apple branded case, there's no way they come out with like kind of a cheesed version of their own tech. Or maybe Apple found a way to make it work without this in the cutout, because yeah, I mean, it kind of ruins the case in my opinion. Also, this is the worst case Apple's ever made. I just hate the clear case. All the other cases are fine. This one's garbo. You also might have seen this picture from Spigen floating around, and everybody's like, that's the confirmed design. Listen, Spigen was just guessing, and they have the clear case with the MagSafe cutout, so I think that's authentic. They know how the case works, but that's not exactly the iPhone design. That's not a render from Apple. That's just what Spigen is guessing about. Also, one more thing for the iPhones this year. Apparently, if you use Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile, I guess that's basically all we have in the US, O2 abroad, or Vodafone, whatever you have, there's apparently, according to Mark Gurman, who's the best Apple source in the game, going to be some pretty aggressive iPhone carrier deals phones. So it sounds like they're going to really want you to upgrade, meaning there's going to be some pretty big incentives to upgrade, even if you might have something like an iPhone 11 or an iPhone 12 and don't really need to. But you know, you're watching iUpdate. I mean, you need to get the new phone. All the Android people are like,
this is disgusting. This is why I'm not an Apple fan. Look at this guy. He doesn't even think. He's just a monolithic sheep. And you're
not right. You thought I was going to make you feel good. No, you're not right. I just like the iPhone. So look out for that tomorrow as well. Nothing too wild like before the iPhones, but last year, the full resolution renders kind of leaked out a few hours before. So follow me on Twitter at iUpdate just in case that happens, and you'll be the first to know if we get the first look before, because I just love these last minute leaks. Now moving on to the surprise product that we didn't think we'd be seeing. It's not the most exciting thing in the world, but it is a new version of Apple's base $329 iPad. This is the cheapest one they sell. This is the entry-level line. It's literally called the iPad, not any other name. It's just the iPad. I think one of you guys tweeted at me today and said, hey, I can't find the iPad in stock anywhere. And I was like, that's a little weird. So I looked in my area. It was out of stock in St. Louis. And then I was like, all right, like I'll go to California, Beverly Hills-ish area. And I typed in the zip code and I typed in a bunch of different zip codes. And it turns out this iPad is pretty much unavailable everywhere. Now, of course, with COVID, stock is obviously fluctuating in stores. But here's the weird part. If you actually order it to get delivered, it doesn't ship for a month. So a product that has been out for a literal year doesn't ship for a month from now. And unless Apple was working on a new version, that doesn't make any sense. Now listen, to be fair here, we have seen this before where something goes out of stock and then we don't get a new replacement version of it for a month or two, but I think we're gonna see a new one in September. I mean, the iPad last got updated in September of last year, and it's been rumored that it'll be thinner and lighter and coming this fall. I wasn't necessarily expecting it this event, but this is pretty compelling evidence, and we've heard from people like Mark Gurman that there is a new base iPad coming. So we'll see. I think this is a pretty good bet though. I'm currently updating my expectations to include this new iPad alongside AirPods, alongside Apple Watch, alongside iPhone. Plus, showing this off would take like no time, so I think Apple can squeeze it into the event pretty easily. Guys, just please, whatever you do not expect to see the new MacBook Pros tomorrow. I know that there's a lot of hype for the M1Xs. Listen, I am the first in line. I am the most excited of anyone in the world to buy this. It will be my next computer. The thing is, it's not coming in September. Even Mark Gurman today talked about how there will be a separate event, doesn't mention which month, but it's probably going to be October or November in the fall, where it's going to be iPad and Mac focused. Today's event though is Apple Watch and iPhone, and maybe AirPods and maybe the small iPad, but the Apple Watch and the iPhone are the main focus. Anyway guys, that is the last minute stuff for Apple's September 14th 2021 event. California streaming, satellite connection on the iPhone, new Apple Watch Series 7 with new sizes, we've got the AirPods 3 with a brand new design, and a new iPad. Is so exciting. Hope you guys are doing well. Thanks so much for watching. I've been Sam, and I'll catch you cool cats in my next video. Peace. Wait, next video is the event. You'll see me talking about the event. Oh, I can't wait. Goodbye.
Did you know residue on your dishes can be caused?
With a top-rated app that lets you deposit checks and transfer money anytime, anywhere, banking with Capital One is like the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Kind of like...
I'll take Barkley.
Yes! Yep, even easier than that. What's in your wallet?
So, I don't know if you've heard the news, but this year has been pretty weird. Now, while the world is slowly returning to a state of social normalcy as vaccination rates rise, COVID-19 has absolutely freaking wrecked the global supply chain. There are component shortages, there are factory closures, labor issues, and more. Now, when it comes to tech rumors, Apple especially, supply chain leaks are typically really hard to control. Really, genuinely, the last major surprises we get come in the form of software announcements at WWDC, where we learn about the new versions of iOS and watchOS and macOS that will be coming to the soon-to-be-released hardware that we already know all about thanks to the rumor mill. But again, this year is strange. Now that's not to say that there's not a bevy of rumors. There are, and we will discuss them. But a lot of rumored hardware features are conflicting, release dates are really anyone's guess, and the Mac release schedule in particular is at risk. Let's start with the iPhone. After all, it's Apple's most popular product. Now, rumors from pretty much most sources indicate that this is going to be an S-tier update. No, not that S-tier. Originally, rumors indicated that it would actually be called the iPhone 12s, presumably to avoid using the supposed unlucky number that's often omitted from elevators. However, recent packaging and iOS binary leaks indicate that the device will indeed be called iPhone 13. Now, call me a fanboy, but I think some of these updates sound pretty cool, even if they're evolutionary and not revolutionary. Most notably, the notch may well shrink this revision. Highly reliable leaker Ming-Chi Kuo has previously reported this, and an alleged parts leak indicates that the earpiece will be moving up to the bezel, and then Face ID components will be shrinking in size. Et voila! Smaller notch. Now, compared to the rest of the market's hole punch cameras, the notch is still monolithic. It's huge. But it seems Apple is very committed to Face ID. Now, this may be in part due to the fact that the underscreen Touch ID sensor that had been rumored for quite a while has been nixed, at least according to reliable leaker Mark Gurman. In fact, he even postulates that Apple's eventual goal is to move Face ID under display. Of course, our primary frustration with Face ID the last year has mostly been due to a partially occluded face. With the Delta variant kind of back on the rise and people mandatorily and also electively using face masks, this is not going to be a problem going away anytime soon. But Apple may have a solution. John Prosser reports that a fairly sizable number of Apple employees have been using an iPhone 12 case with a new Face ID assembly on the top to help gather data for the new iPhone 13 Face ID sensors that would work with masks and foggy glasses, also conveniently at the same time, because if you've ever worn a mask while wearing glasses, you know what happens. Now, how Apple is able to do this without reducing security, given that it's doing a more narrow face scan, I do not know. The renders provided by Prosser as well don't indicate a smaller notch. So really all we know is that Face ID will be modified somehow this year, and I guess, well, we'll soon find out what that means. The best upgrade this year, in my opinion, is gotta be the display. Pretty much every leaker and their dog has all but confirmed 120Hz ProMotion for the iPhones Pro. Now, I know the human eye can only see 30 FPS, but once... That's a joke, by the way. But once you have a high refresh display, it's really hard to go back. Now, why 120 Hz? I don't actually particularly know. The standard on most Android phones is 90 Hz because while most people can absolutely distinguish the difference between 90 and 120, it is significantly less impactful than going from 60 to 90. Now, while there may be an accessibility setting, I am suspecting that in classic Apple fashion, you will not be able to set the refresh rate because they will be dynamically controlling it based on what's happening on screen. And a lot of that will be thanks to the LTPO, which means low temperature polycrystalline oxide displays that we've seen utilized on Apple Watch in the past. Now, there was a rumor from the Elec last month, and they're actually pretty reputable, that all iPhone models would be getting ProMotion due to some supply chain leaks. But this does not make sense to me because one, literally no other leaker has corroborated this, and number two, ProMotion seems like a feature to distinguish the Pro models from the standard iPhone models. However, a new Mark Gurman report states that Apple will also bring an always-on display to the iPhone 13. One of the benefits of LTPO displays is that they can be slowed down to 1 Hz, which can massively save on battery life for certain tasks. Exempli gratia and always on display. I think it's very reasonable to believe that this feature will come to all iPhone models. iPhone 13 and 13 mini will have an LTPO display capable of running 1 to 60 Hz, just like the Apple Watch, and the iPhone 13 Pro and Pro Max will have an LTPO display capable of running 1 to 120 Hz. So there you go, screens. Okay, let's talk cameras, starting with the Fancy Pants Pro phones. Kuo, who again is very reliable, states that the iPhones Pro will be getting a new upgraded ultra-wide camera with a wider 1.8 aperture, a 6-element lens, and autofocus. I think this would be very welcomed as the current ultra-wide camera, while cool, continues to have by far the poorest image performance, and also the color is like always slightly off, which discourages many users from actually using it. Now, while unlikely, Barclay analysts suggest that the old wide lens that was on the Pro phones last year may actually be making their way to all 4 iPhone models, but they're fairly alone in this prediction. However, the handy sensor shift technology that was introduced last year is expected to make it